When a college football season begins, everybody hopes to be a national champion. At the end of a season, only a handful still have a chance. New Year's Day 93, the real number may be just 2. From the Superdome in New Orleans, another one of those moments in sport that could grow into legend. A real live chance to produce a college football champion without a vote. ABC Sports College Football presents the USF&G Sugar Bowl. Number 1, Miami. Number 2, Alabama. Kind of games played in the postseason during all the time polls have been kept. And certainly having one finally happen in the Sugar Bowl is an exciting thing. Let's go back now to the posture of this consensus 1 and 2 because it features some of the great games in college football history. The first consensus 1-2 showdown came in the 1963 Rose Bowl. Quarterback Pete Beathard led Southern California to a 42-14 lead over Wisconsin. But quarterback Ron Vanderkellen led a raging comeback by the Badgers, falling just short at 42-37, and USC stayed number 1. The last time consensus 1 and 2 met was in the Fiesta Bowl, 1987. Miami came with Heisman-winning quarterback Vinny Testaverde, ranked number 1, but lost to number 2, Penn State, 14-10. And the coaches in the game tonight say they get no message from the past.
Everybody remembers that game and remembers the implications that were involved with that football game, and it was 1 versus 2, and our players are aware of that, but that was then. This is now.
What happened to them several years ago is not going to affect this football game.
We have a chance to win national back-to-back championships and going undefeated 2 straight years. That's history, and we're very aware of that.
This is just another big game for us.
Well, when you have won 29 straight and 22 straight, it doesn't take very long to figure out who's 1 and who's 2, does it?
I look back, if it's not there, that's going to bother me probably till I go to my grave.
You're unbeaten, unrespected underdogs by 17.
The gamblers bet with their dollars, not with their hearts. And you play the game with your heart, so we'll see who's right and who's wrong.
21 years, a Nebraska winner. Every year a bowl game. Never a season with fewer than 9 wins. 10 years ago, this man of quiet strength would have had his national title with a tie, but nobly, he went for the win.
This is for the national championship for Nebraska.
So much success, yet imperfect, incomplete, without that national title. For 28 autumns, Bobby Bowden has searched for that magical season. The last 7 years, his teams have won 10 or more games. His obsession for the championship fed by tortuous flirtations with ill fate. Championships denied by a kicker's slight misdirection. Now a new day, a new year, another golden chance. 2 coaching legends connected in so many ways. Tonight, one will be separate. One will be national champion. In this winter's tale, it's January that turns out to be the cruelest month. They leave Nebraska's frosted cornfields, always imposing, always highly ranked, but destined, it has seemed, for disappointment. He has these winters in his blood, the native son who never left, who in another time was twice the state's athlete of the year, a marvel who competed for his small hometown college. Tom Osborne, 22 seasons, 218 victories, 11 conference titles, but still bearing with serene dignity the January memories. Memories of hot, humid nights in Miami, when it was all or nothing, in a stadium a long, long way from home.
This is for the national championship for Nebraska.
In 1984, there was honor in defeat. 10 years later, redemption was just one play away.
45 yards to give Cinderella, Nebraska the national championship. And he hooked and left. Florida State wins.
And though decades of success have been somehow diminished by a series of New Year's failings, the resolve remains. And now, even beyond the heartland, you sense he is, for most, the sentimental choice.
I don't think there's any room for compassion. I mean, we're playing a football game, and if he wasn't playing us for the national championship, I'd root for him.
To Tom Osborne, this is a familiar face of January, the face of another fierce Miami team, at home in the Orange Bowl, and prepared to deny the Cornhuskers a national title. Or is this finally the night when Nebraska's proud native son brings to an end his long New Year's nightmare? On a balmy winter's
You know, out here, legends aren't born, they're made in the heat of battle, and this one's as big as the desert sky. Seemed inevitable, really, this showdown in the desert. Been brewing for quite a spell, and neither one has lost a showdown all season. So it had to come down to this. And guess who's ready to finally get it on? Rumbling out of the Nebraska plains come the Cornhuskers, led by Tommy Frazier and his running mates Amon Green and Lawrence Phillips. They are this year's flag bearers of the Nebraska legacy and the national title. Driven by the steady hand of Tom Osborne, who's not only read the book, he's seen the movie. But swooping out of that desert sky, the high-flying attack of Florida's Danny Werfel and his sure-handed targets Chris Doering and Ike Hilliard. This high-stakes game is new to the Gators, but they figure to go right for the gold up in those hills. Tonight, when the dust settles on this one, we'll finally know who's number one. As the sun sets on this college football season, we welcome you to a fan's dream. 2 unbeaten teams. Number 1, Nebraska, the reigning national champion, versus number 2.
Not worry about all the trash talk. We can win national championships.
Coach Bowden mentioned this, that they play to the echo of the whistle. If they're going to hit after the whistle, we need to do that too. This game may be a different game if the rules are different.
After our ball game with Florida, Steve said that we were dirty, I was dirty. Does that get on me? Not if I win.
I was taught that really it's not the player's position to question the refs or anything about the types of play. That was always been the coach's position. I worry about what I have to worry about.
Intensity, war, all out.
Just gonna be a chance to go around and win a ring and brag and say we #1.
The national championship means everything. Nothing else is acceptable.
Contrast between the event and the place. Some of the reminders of a gentler time still accent the facade of the city they call the Big Easy on the Big Muddy. It's a place for good food, good music, good time. Oh, New Orleans, site of the Louisiana Superdome, where tonight 2 college football teams from Florida will play for the Division 1A championship. ABC Sports presents the Nokia Sugar Bowl, matching the number 3 Florida Gators and the number 1 Florida State Seminoles.
Turning down scholarship offers from Nebraska, he went on to star in 3 sports at Hastings College. It's never been easy for Tom Osborne. He tried the ministry, but missed football. He was hired as an assistant coach at Nebraska by the legendary Bob Devaney. He took over for Devaney, and the program flourished. But there was doubt. Tom Osborne's teams couldn't win the big one.
Nebraska will go for 2. Going for 2. Gill takes, looks, rolls, deflected away! Deflected away!
I really assumed that if you were going to win a national championship, you had to go for the win. And I felt probably the players would only respect going for the win. They'd won 12 straight. They thought they were a great team. And so I thought that that's what they would want.
Tom Osborne finally won a national championship, 2 of them in fact. But there was criticism that his success had come at the expense of his program's integrity.
There have been some bumps along the road, obviously, but you just do what you think you need to do. I think everyone has to deal with criticism at times and with problems. And you ask players to come 1,500, 2,000 miles away from their home to basically because they trust you. And it's very difficult then when things don't pan out quite the way you'd like for you to then abandon them. I suspect, like a lot of people, you're always not quite sure you measure up. And so I think I really spent a lot of my life trying to please my father. And I think everybody, there are a lot of people, at least go through life in some way trying to satisfy something that originated a long time ago.
And the coach, 2 men of different generations. Tonight, they meet at the crossroads to close out an era of college football. The quarterback, Tennessee's Peyton Manning. As a young boy, he seemed destined to follow in his Hall of Fame father's footsteps, and he did. Spurning the lure of pro football, Manning returned to the Vols for his senior season. Though the Heisman Trophy eluded his grasp, he led his team to the SEC championship and left an indelible mark on the college football landscape. The coach, Nebraska's Tom Osborne, handpicked by his mentor Bob Devaney to continue the Cornhusker tradition. Osborne steered the program to unprecedented heights. He proved to be a man of courage and conviction. In his first national championship game, he played for victory and lost, when a tie would have guaranteed the national title. And he stood in support of his most controversial players. The coach and the quarterback. Only one will be victorious, but both leave as champions. CBS Sports is proud to welcome you inside Pro Player Stadium, just north of downtown Miami, Florida. It's the FedEx Orange Bowl, the first ever meeting in football between the Nebraska Cornhuskers and the Tennessee Volunteers. Final game of this college football season. Final game of the glorious careers of Peyton Manning and Tom Osborne.